Hi, good evening to one and all present here. I am Dr. K. Kannan, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, Dr. SNS Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. Today we are discussing a small subject about visual effects and design. First of all, what is visual effects? The visual effects is nothing but it is digital effects. It is used in the post production to create the enhanced imaginary that would not be captured during the live action filming. It is involving some wide range techniques and also include the CGI techniques we have used. The expense of computer generated imaginary. It is fantastic scenes we have created and environment of this footage coverage in live action. So this is one of the created in live action media. It is would not be captured in during the live action filming. It is being a too cost because of it is a dangerous imparticle of impossible to shoot and visual effects live it is footage the creator the only for the realistic objects it should be used to the computer generated imaginary that are allowing the integration of live action footage and is simultaneous we have fantastic scenes we have created and some of the character and environments which should be created on the visual effects. Next one is so visual effects. So it is the making the film process of creating imagery. Do not uses for this physically exist of use in CGI composing and motion capture, including some of the examples I given. And so 3D modeling it is one of the example. The screen is filming and performance of this action and the CGI. What is meant by the CGI? It is called as computer generated imaginary. If anything is created is digitally within a computer, the CGI is it is one of the major physical digitally in created for this computer and it is a live action motion and movies. The best example for dinosaur in Jurassic World, it is used to create a fully CGI film. So the Toy Story is one of the best example. It is a main of the computer generated is imaginary is useful for it is digitally within your computer. So this is the main important of this visual effects. Next one is what is visual effects? The visual effects is nothing but it is a broader the term encompassing of all technique used to enhance to create the visual elements in filmmaking, including the both practical and digital effects. So the CGI is we have using in the special effects and also the visual effects and it is a special effects is nothing but is a practical effects. They do not use the CGI. So this is implemented for this directly during the filming and it is either of mechanical and optical effects. It is a focusing of this effects and it is a practical like the explosion of or the animatronics and that is not created digitally. Only for practical effect we have a composite for this animation and imaginary. Next, what is the major difference between the visual effect and the CGI and special effects? It is a visual effects and the broader term encompassing of all techniques used in enhance to create the visual elements in filmmaking, including the both practical and digital effects. And the CGI is nothing but a generator for this specific type. The focusing the creating images entirely digitally. So the special effects is refers on the only for the practical effects, like exposure of already told the animation, and do not create it for the digitally. The CGI is it is a special effects and VFX, and it is a the combination of live action shoot digital imaginary. The special effects is captured is live only for practical effect we have created. It not to be a aid of the computer. Without aid of the computer, it is a major difference between this computer. Then VFX software, it is called as Maya is one of the best software. It is called as 3D animation and modeling and simulations, some of the rendering software for the film, and also the compositing of the combination live action footage with the digital assets. They create a seamless and realistic visuals. And it is a motion capture is one of the movement of this actor easily we can capture and translating them the digital data for this animation. And rendering is final touches like lighting and shading and textures of 3D scenes, the popular VFX software and their strength. So those are the software we have using to the visual effect software. Then what is a short grid? It is one of the techniques. It is a 3D modeling and animation, the rendering of the software for the games and the design visualization, and it is making for the video games, and also effects of the mechanical creatures and realistic weather effects. And VF software includes Adobe After the Effects and Adobe Disk Maya. Blender is one of the best software we have using. But in the Flame is one of the visual 3D visual effects. It is a finishing 3D composing the available as a Flame. It is one of the best technique we are using to the visual effects. And also the Motion Builder is one of the 3D character animation software. It is one of the best software we have created for this visual effect, and also some rendering the all the adding the all the final touches like lighting and shading and textures of 3D scenes. The popular of the VF software and the strength. So the major difference between the visual effect and special effects, the practically entirely we have a live action perform this called as special effects. And also it is a main major of this created for this visual effect design is digitally, and we have using to computer generated imaginary the specific type of VFX. The focusing for this images is entirely digitally, and also including the both practical and digital effect we have provided for this visual effect. But in these techniques we have using to all the medias, and entirely we have created for this the digitally. And it is a special effects is nothing but it's not created for the digitally, only we have created for the practically. Some of the software we have providing in the visual software I already told, and some magical creatures and realistic of weather effects, and also the popular VFX software includes Adobe After Effects. It is whatever maybe we have using to the visual effect creation of different aspects. And some of the application VF software I have already told, the 3D molding and animations, one of the best 3D characters, props and environments and vehicles of movies and games. And also the visual effect is producing for this simulation and effects like smoke, fire and explosions, like this visual effects. Some of the compositing of combining the live action footage with digital assets for to create the seamless and realistic of the visualization. And motion capturing is movement of this actor and translating them into the digital data for animation. And also the rendering the final touches of lighting and shading and textures and 3D scenes, the popular VFX software and the strength. And this is a reference for Google, and thank you so much for all together here. Thank you. Thank you so much.